Hey guys, welcome back to MissionChief.com. I know it's been a little while since I made a video, but this one I hope will make up for it. Now, today we're going to be talking about ranking. Well, what are we going to be ranking? We're going to be ranking the different buildings on how useful they are, in my opinion, how useful they are in-game, at their payback ratio, how much credits they usually yield. So we're going to be doing that today. But before we do that, before we rank all the different buildings, here is a message from our sponsor, which is My Alliance. Well, let's take a look here. My Alliance is currently ranked number 20. What are they, 25. Look at that, 25. Ranked 25 in the game. If you guys want to join our alliance, we play this game realistically. So what does that mean? That means we put the fire station on the exact fire station location as it in real life. We put the exact fire engine or police car inside that exact fire station or police station to the exact specification as in real life. You may think, well, that's crazy to think. How can you run Mission Chief? Like, well, guess what? Our whole alliance does it, and they don't seem to have a problem with it. We have people playing literally all over the country, and they don't have a problem with it. Well, how do you find this information? Well, I've actually made thousands of videos on how to research departments. But if you want to look in, just look at my previous videos, and you can find some easy information to do that. Or let's say you want to look up any city, let's say Fort Wayne, Indiana. Literally look up Fort Wayne, Indiana Fire Department. Either one, their website will have it, the city website, or two, look at the Wikipedia. Sometimes they have it. Major cities will sometimes have it. It'll show every single piece of apparatus with the department. Or type in that city name, Fort Wayne, Indiana Fire Department, and then type in Fire Fandom, and that'll bring you to a nifty website that'll find you all the information on fire departments. Now, police is a different story, and if you guys want information on police, we can definitely help you with that in Alliance. Help you find different departments, we can help you find information. So here's our Alliance again. We are North American Realism. You can join whenever you want. The only thing we do ask is that you play realistically, and for one, we don't station stack. So that means we don't have 45 people playing in New York City. We only have one person playing in New York City. So once New York City is occupied, for one, you can pick a different borough, or we just can't accept you. So like I said, that is our alliance. If you guys are wanting to join, you're welcome to join. Okay, we're going to close out of the mission chief, and we're going to bring us to the spreadsheet. Okay, so we're going to be ranking the different buildings. I'm going to go over them real quick before we get started here. We have the ambulance station. We have the fire investigation tab. So this is fire investigator / fire marshal. We have a fire station, fire boat dock, EMS rescue boat dock, police station, police helicopter station, tow truck, Coast Guard, hospital, clinic. This is the FBI, and we have this is the fire aviation hangar, and then we have our medical aviation hangar, or HEMS. Okay. First off, the one I want to get in this list first in the E category, which is actually theoretically supposed to be the worst. I think it's S is like the best, E is the worst. I don't know why this one's green, this one's red, but we're gonna rate from the top. So S being the best, tier, and E being the worst. Okay, the worst thing I'm gonna hands down do is put this new update, the tow truck update. Horrible update. I wish they never did it. It's just the price, the sheer price of the fire station, $300,000 to build the station, and then the tow trucks are, I think, upwards of $20,000 or $25,000 per tow truck, and the credits you get per call is around 700 once you complete a mission. So it would take you an astronomical amount of time to repay for this. Okay, up next, I'm gonna have to vote. Let's go with the fire marshal office. This one I would say is also E category. The upfront cost is, well, the upfront cost isn't that bad, but it does get pretty expensive pretty quickly, and I don't like the way the fire marshal operates in the game. I think it's pretty horrible just the way they have it implemented in the game. You can play it, but every single one of your calls is going to require this fire marshal. It's going to require two different calls, one that requires a fire marshal and one that doesn't, and you never know unless you do the mission. It slows down everything for me. I do have them built, but I don't have them activated. I would never ever activate these ever. I would never use them unless I played this game unrealistically. That was the only time I'd actually use a fire investigator. So that's all. Okay, up next, we're going to do the boat dock here. I'm going to put these in the D category. This is the rescue boat dock, and the fire boat dock are pretty much the same. If I had to even change these just a little bit, I would actually put the fire boat dock actually in a C category. Only because I think the fire boat dock has more usability than the rescue boat dock. Somewhat. Okay. Up next, we're going to go with the S category here. We're going to put the fire station in the S category. This one, you need a fire station. The amount of money you make off fire stations is astronomical. If you compare the fire station to the police department, the amount of credits you make per call is way, way different. Police is just, it's so clunky and just so time consuming. I hate police. You can get a lot more credits with one fire station than you can get with a police station. So that's why I rank the fire station as S category. Now, the one thing about the fire station, this is the police and fire station, the cost of the stations go up astronomically once you reach 25. So be prepared for that if you haven't reached that already. Okay, up next we have, we'll just throw an odd one ball at you. We're going to do the FBI station. Now this one, I don't really use. It's very hard to find information on the FBI and different stuff like that. But just because it says FBI building doesn't necessarily mean you have to do the FBI. You could do like a state investigation department. So if you have like a state patrol headquarters or something like that, and they have like specific teams, you can definitely do that. You could just rename them. Doesn't actually have to be FBI. But the building costs $500K, which isn't a horrible price. I would have to rank this building probably D category. I don't use it much, but if you can get it operational, you can significantly increase your credit boosts by having FBI. But this building does have a lot of units in it. It just has investigation wagons, bomb squad units here, so it does give you some good variety of units, but I wouldn't say it's the best for money making. Now, some people would disagree, but you would need a bunch of them in order to make a bunch of money off them. Okay. My next one is going to be the hospital. Now, this one, it's not really a building that creates money, but it's a building that never loses its value. So what I would say is it's worth it. It's an investment that you need to make in order to go along with the game. Now, I'm going to rate this... I'm going to rank this as a B category, only because it's a building that theoretically doesn't actually make me money. But like I said, you need it to make money. So we're going to leave it at B category for now. Yeah, we'll leave it at B category. I ain't going to touch it. But yeah, once you get the LV extensions, the urology, the traumanology, the general internal, the general surgeon, all that stuff, once those are operational, you never have to touch them again, and that you'll never have to move them. You can upgrade the building to a lot more beds, which is a maximum of 40. But yeah, once you get the max, there's really nothing else you can do, and then they're fully paid off, and you can just keep sending whatever, and eventually it'll pay for itself off. Okay, up next, right next to the hospital, is the clinic. Now the clinic is different because you can only get general internal, or actually you can only get, what is it, general internal or general surgeon? I think it's general internal. You can only get one extension, so you really can't send half your patients to any of them because they don't have the right specifications. Plus, they only have a room 5 patients, maximum of 15. But the one cool thing about the clinic is it creates a call called patient transfer. Now, the patient transfer is really cool because what you do is you take an ambulance, it goes to the clinic, and then it actually goes right to the hospital. So you don't actually have to micromanage your ambulance. So once you send it to the patient transfer call, so let's say you send an ambulance from the patient transfer, once it arrives on scene, it'll automatically pick this guy up and send him to the hospital because the clinic does not have the proper treatment. But here's the thing. This is the one thing I don't like about the game, the clinics. I don't know why it gives you the option to transport people from an ambulance to the clinic, because that's not what they do in real life. When have you ever heard of an ambulance driving you to the clinic? Now, that's different if it's like a care cab or like a taxi driving you to the clinic. But if you're having a stroke, you do not go to a clinic. You go right to the ER, and they'll administer TNK or whatever stroke protocol they have. And anyways, that's all. So what I would do is I'm going to rate this in the C category because it doesn't have the scale of the hospital. I'd say the only good thing about it is it creates a call patient transfer, which those are easy credits to do. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that in the C category. Okay, up next, I'm gonna do EMS. Now, EMS is one of those things that once you unlock EMS, it is exponential for the fire department. So like once you link your EMS and your fire department and your police departments in one, you start generating tons of patient calls. Now, patient calls will generate you so much money. It almost overshadows your fire calls. But I would definitely say EMS is definitely in the top S tier because, for one, it's super cheap. A small ambulance station only costs $100,000 to make. Ambulances, an ALS ambulance costs $5,000. A BLS ambulance costs $5,000 per ambulance. It's an extremely cheap unit to produce, manage, and it repays for itself extremely quickly. So I would definitely rate it S tier for the EMS. Every single call you'll have once you build an EMS station will require EMS. So it'll pay for itself incredibly quickly. So that's what I'm putting on the S tier. Okay, up next is going to be the EMS helicopter station. The EMS helicopter station, I have a few complaints about it in the game, but it's a mediocre option. I'm gonna put it. Honestly, I kind of want to put it in the C category here for one reason. For one, the upfront cost is 1 million credits, plus you need to purchase the aircraft for 300K, so you're at a total of $1.3 million to just get the aircraft operational. My one complaint is actually there's multiple complaints about the EMS helicopter. The minimum crew size and the maximum is one person. So in order to get the station spawns you with one person trained, and it doesn't require 3. So for one, a helicopter needs a pilot, it needs a flight nurse, and it needs a flight paramedic. And this game only allows you to have one person, which is theoretically one person flying it. That's one complaint. The other one is the credits per call. The credits per call, if you send an EMS helicopter to a scene, it picks up the patient, transfers them to a hospital. The patient will give you more money than a ground ambulance. I will give you that. A ground ambulance costs, it'll give you about 580 credits. I think it was 580. A helicopter, if you transport someone, it'll give you about 1,500 credits. So if you think about the payback period, you would have to transport a heavy number of patients to even reimburse you for the EMS helicopter cost. Now here's the one big caveat that I hate about the EMS helicopter. It does not care about range. You can theoretically send this across the world, and that's one thing I don't like. Because I'm playing in 2 different areas, I'm playing in Seattle, and I'm playing in San Francisco. I can theoretically send my Seattle helicopters to San Francisco, but I don't like doing that because it's obviously super unrealistic and the flight times would be astronomical. But I don't like the way it works in the game as of now. I wish they would tweak it, but maybe one day. Okay, up next, we have some 4 big ones here. So the fire aviation. Now this one, huge upfront cost. The station alone costs $1.5 million to expand, or just to build, and then you unlock one plane. And I think you have to purchase the plane too, and the planes are expensive. To upgrade the station, it costs an additional $1.5 million. I think the payback period for these is extremely high. Now, if you're playing Wildland and you want to use Wildland, obviously you need these helicopter hangars. You can either make this a helicopter or plane. But just the sheer cost of these is just horrendously expensive, and I just don't like the way they operate in the game. So I'm gonna rank this one. Honestly, I would say E territory, but it's somewhat useful. So I'm just gonna rank this D category. Like I said, the tow truck and the fire marshals is an absolute no for me. This is usable. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Up next is police aviation. Now, typically for police aviation, depending on what state, what county, what department you have, some local PDs, like let's say LAPD, they have helicopters. They have a bunch of helicopters. If you look up the LAPD police aviation headquarters, or I don't even know what the official name for it is, but it's literally like 7 aircraft parked on top of a parking garage, and it's amazing. They have so many helicopters. You can 100% run an area. But now, once you activate this, you'll start getting calls that require the police helicopter. Now, if your area only has one police helicopter, your police helicopter could be in use theoretically 24/7. So once it leaves one call, it goes to another call. So if you don't have multiple helicopters, you might not want to activate this. I don't think it's very useful, but once you activate it, it'll create a lot of calls that require the police helicopter. Now, the calls that require police helicopters will yield you more money because you have, well, a helicopter on scene. So it'll give you more variety of calls, but if you don't have multiple helicopters inside the station, it's really not the best use of your money or time. So I would rank this one, I would say probably in the D category. Yeah, it's useful, but it's not useful. Okay, up next, gosh, we got some good options here. We have police, and we have our Coast Guard here. All right. For police, I think I'm going to rank this one in the A category, only because, for one, the price of the stations go up astronomical once you get to a certain point, aka over 25 stations. The police calls in general just do not give you, they don't give you anything for credit reimbursement. Like when you finish a call, it'll probably give you 250, and if you finish a call for that same call for a fire department, it'll give you triple, even quadruple that. Sometimes even 8 times that. It's just the money is not there for police. I would honestly maybe even rank this. You know, I'm actually going to rank this a B category now that I think of it. It's just, I hate police so much because the credits just aren't there. The one other thing I hate is that once you get to, I think it's 6 stations, you require SWAT. I don't know why SWAT's not an extension. It should 100% be an extension. That's all I got to say about that, police. I don't really like police in this game. I think they could use some altering. But anyway, last but not least, we do have our U.S. Coast Guard, or just Coastal Rescue Station. This I'm going to vote as the A category. Now, you might say this is the B category, but here's the thing. If you can get past the upfront cost of a coastal rescue station, they're $500K each, but once you get past that gate of having X amount, these things pay back incredibly quickly. I have made so much money off Coast Guard. It trumps by far my fire departments out of the water. The only reason I'm voting this in the A category is because of the upfront cost. Each station costs about $500K to build. The boats are not cheap. The boats cost either $50,000 for a small boat or $75,000 for a large boat. Plus, the one building I didn't throw in here is actually the Coastal Rescue helicopter station and plane station. Those are also super expensive. Huge initial upfront cost. But if you can get past that, the calls yield 10,000 credits, 15,000, 25, even 30,000 credits per call. And they require almost minimal boats. So, I mean, if you can get past the upfront cost of the Coastal Rescue Station, huge money to be made here. Absolutely huge money. Okay. So that is my ranking system. Now, some people's opinion might change on this. You know, some of my thoughts on these are not exactly, you know, I put them in here for my own reasons. I don't like police. Some people might really like police. But I just don't think the money is there for police. Now, some people are going to be like, oh, dude, what are you talking about? Yeah, I know. I get it. These other two down here, like I said, tow truck 1000% belongs down here. I don't care what anyone says. It is horrible. Fire investigation, don't like it. Now, the rest of these, you can say what you'd like. And I'm going to assume people have a lot to say about this one, but I don't think people disagree on the fire and the EMS. You can't blame me. The EMS is extremely cheap in this game to get operational, but once you get it operational, money for days, because you send your EMS to the hospital, and your hospital is already paid for, and it's just straight cash flow. We love cash flow in this game. You gotta have it. So that is my official ranking. If you guys enjoyed this video, definitely leave a like, comment, or if you guys think that my ranking is a little bit different, how would you classify them? Now, I think I covered almost every single building except for the Coastal Rescue Air Station. I didn't throw it in here just because it's a very tweakable building, and a lot of people don't even use them. But once you get them, you do need an air station to kind of fulfill your coastal rescue needs. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Took a little bit to kind of think of this idea and maybe get it, oh my gosh, my stupid computer, get it implemented. So, I will see you guys on the next one. Later.